music down and let me make myself less blue. What is up, boys? We got Lean, Mean, Burke, and Sam in the chat. How you guys doing? I am a Smurf tonight, right? Let's see, what do we want to do? That's better. Here we go. It's a little bit all in my eyes, but yeah, that will do. How you doing, my man? Ernest, what's up? How are you doing? Let me just post on my 2 follower Instagram that we're live really quickly, and we will be good to go. But hope everyone's having a great Tuesday. We got some fun stuff on the waiver wire tonight, right? So hopefully y'all got some good questions. Let's see, let me post this and cool. How you doing, my friend Ernest? Tim, what's up? How are you, Tim? Good to see you back in here. Man, we're just starting and chat's already kind of lit. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. What's up, Lee Mean? How you doing? Oh, Tim, you got the Michael Thomas issue, huh? Maybe that's the answer. How's it looking for you now? Who else do you have for wide receivers? And have you talked to anybody about Michael Thomas? Because it's certainly not the best time to trade him, I will say. So a lot of it depends on what you can get back, right? He could still be really relevant, honestly. So let's start off, since Tim brought this topic up and he's the first one with the question, let's talk about it a little bit. So Michael Thomas obviously has not been good, right? Just coming back and is not the same Michael Thomas that we expected. And I know we've talked about this a little bit, saying hey, there's a risk with Michael Thomas. What's he gonna be like when he gets back? Is there drama with the team? But now that Drew Brees is out for a while, it's tough. Andrew, what's up? Welcome. So Lean Mean says, okay, so Tim got offered Boyd and Gurley. Lean Mean thinks MT will bounce back. People freaking out like Jameis throwing their ball. Exactly, that's actually what I was gonna get you next. ISO, what's up? How are you, man? Man, everyone's in here tonight. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out why there's so many streaks. I think I need to clean my camera a little bit more, but so let me know if that bothers you guys, because I will turn it off if I need to. But anyways, so going back to Tim's question, I am leaning towards Lean Mean a little bit. We do know that Jameis likes to throw the ball, okay? Honestly, Boyd and Gurley for him isn't that bad. I don't hate the trade. I don't know if you're still going to be able to get anything close to that after one more dud week, but I do agree that I do think MT should bounce back. Let's look at his usage from last week and see how much he was targeted. I have a small my suspicion is that those Jameis will target him a lot. Jameis likes to throw, right? Even though he had 30 interceptions, he still threw a lot of touchdowns last week. So I think there's a chance that he might be okay. And I guess, Tim, the only other thing is, do you need help at do you really need help at running back? Do you need Todd Gurley, or would he be sort of a bench guy for you? A lot of that depends on your depth. So it looks like he was targeted 7 times. So it sucks it was only 2 receptions for 27 yards, but all right, let's see him going down. I mean, he only played 1 game. Yep. Thank you, ISO. I appreciate that. So ISO's question is, Kenyon and Rojo at the 2 this week. Also, if you could pick one flex, DJ Moore, Brandon Cooks, Deontay. Out of the flex, I would go Brandon Cooks here. Let's look at the matchup. So I'll tell everybody on Tuesday, all of these I'll look just based on matchup, but I do all my start sit homework between pretty much Wednesday and Thursday and late Tuesday night. So I'm not gonna have the detailed rankings that I would. Otherwise, let's see. Kenyon's playing, Drake is playing the Seahawks, and who's the other one? Ronald Jones They're playing the Rams. I probably lean Drake here. Because he should still be the main back while, you know, we still have concerns with Rojo and Fournette potentially splitting. And he's playing an easier defense, so I would probably go Drake off of the time right now. Brick says, I think he can only rely DK. More likely he explodes than he does. Yeah. Oh, Ernest, sorry, I missed your question from earlier. Yeah, I think he should still be able to. It sucks that he had a dud last week, but I think that's just, you know, Jalen Ramsey, bad game. That's what it is, right? I think Brandon Cooks is a good choice there. Ernest says, do I flex Claypool or DeAndre? I like Claypool. Well, let's see. Claypool is playing the Jags. DeAndre Swift is playing the Panthers. Let me get back to you about that. I would normally say Claypool, but I do want to see if the line's making any statements about DeAndre Swift this week. Maybe they come out and say, "Hey, he's our guy," and we want to go with him. But that's a possibility. Tim says, yeah, I need an RB2, which is my second question. Do you think about I like McKissick. Hey, I don't know if people here started him last week, but I had him as my start of the week. And for my waiver wire, I have him as an immediate pickup. But I've been talking about McKissick in pretty much every single one of my waiver wire videos. And last week I said he was my start of the week, so I like him a lot. Andrew says, and also welcome, Andrew. I don't know if this is your first time in the stream. I don't remember if I've seen you before, but I definitely seen a few Andrews here. Andrew says, should I flex Justin Jefferson, Kareem Hunt, or Galladay? Between those two, I would probably go Jefferson or Hunt. Let's see. Jefferson is playing. Who are the Vikings playing? The Vikings are playing the Cowboys. And Hunt says Hunt is playing Eagles. Honestly, you're probably okay either. I would probably lean Jefferson for the ceiling. If you want that like 20 plus points, Hunt should be able to get you a good like 10 to 12 points. So that's how I would go about there. Andrew says Ayuk or Deontay Johnson rest of the season. I like Ayuk a little bit more because he's going to be a little bit more consistent. Lean says pick two: Duke Johnson, T. Higgins, Will Fuller, Chris Carson. I go T. Higgins and Will Fuller here, with assuming that Carson's out right now. Browns fan, what's up, my man? Hey, lost and dropped to 5-5, but I hope, yeah, hey, let's keep on coming to the streams, coming to the videos, and let's talk and let's figure out what we need to get you to playoffs. 5-5 is better than my 3-7 team. So listen, we're gonna get you in the playoffs. I scored a whopping 82 last week. Oh yeah, this week seems like a really low scoring week, Berg. I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like a lot of low scoring just overall. ISO says also a potential trade target is Chris Carson worth Kenny G or Julio. If you have a lot of wideouts, I would probably give up Kenny G instead of Julio, especially with the news of potential minor injury to Stafford today. I would do Chris Carson. I would get Chris Carson if you gave away Kenny G. Tim says, do I keep Thomas and make this trade? Fournette, Claypool, and Myers and get back JT? I would not do that for right now. JT is sort of figuring out how to be a running back, and McKissick, I like him. He's still not like the primary back, so I would keep Fournette, Claypool, and Myers because I'm pretty high on both Myers and Claypool. Andrew, this is your first time. Hey, welcome. Hey, thank you for coming by and like sort of jumping in right away. I really appreciate that. ISO says everybody hit that like button. I love it. Thank you. Please do. If you like the content, obviously. I'm not gonna force you. This is liked. Jackie, what's up? Is Henderson droppable for Harris or Naeem? I also have Mixon, Gio handcuff, but I keep that. Yeah, you keep that for now. I don't think Henderson's droppable just yet. I say right with him. I do like Naeem a lot. I don't think he's droppable. I wouldn't drop him for Harris at this moment. It was tough, right? The Rams backfield was a little messy. I was surprised that Henderson didn't get the majority of the touches, which I don't think he did. Maybe Naeem, if you really like. I could say maybe Naeem, but definitely not for Harris, Jackie. Ricky, what's up? What do you think about Swift and Chubb rest of the season? Chubb, I really like. Swift, I wasn't super high on, but hey, they changed up the game script and gave him a lot more touches. So if he gets, if I see another game with him with like the majority of the touches, especially instead of splitting 50-50, I would feel good about him. And also Rickety says, do I start AJ Brown or T Higgins full PPR? I know a lot of people are going to be, freaking out about AJ, right? Bengals play Washington. Tennessee plays Ravens. Ooh. I'm honestly leaning T Higgins a little bit to be safe. That's a matchup here. Browns fan says Chubb, Carson, Zeke, DJ Moore, Godwin, Woods, Boyd. I'm going to need 2 RBs, 2 wide receivers, and a flex. I would say Chubb. I mean, you're going to have to see, like, if Carson goes, you play him, right? But Zeke is probably fine, so just do it based on the health situation. Out of the wide receivers, I would go probably, Godwin, Woods, and then maybe Boyd. But again, Browns fan, I will have a better, more concrete answer for you closer to Thursday. Rickety says, I need to start securing wins. Oh yeah, for sure. Don't we all? I do too. No, welcome. Should I trade Robinson for Henry? Absolutely. If you can, get Henry over Robinson. I like them both, but Henry is going to be on a different level come playoffs. And he's just on a better offense in general. Ernest says, do you think Jacobs can keep getting around 4 reception a game? I think so. Are you talking about Josh Jacobs? I think he gets involved. I mean, I don't know if it's good or not, but it seems like the Raiders going to lean heavily on their running game moving forward. So I can see both him and Booker being involved. Cracker man, what's up, my man? Hey, Colin McKissick, let's go. Listen, at some point we're gonna review our starts and sits, and I know I made some bad calls, but I am very proud on the McKissick McKissick start of the week. So, good job, everybody. Brown says this was a low-scoring week. I lost by 2, both me and oh geez, yeah, that's rough. That's rough. ISO, I put up 150 and I still lost. That's crazy. ISO, what kind of format do you play in? Do you play in a special format besides just like normal, like PPR, half PPR? No, do you like Harris or Hines the rest of the season? If you're talking about Damian Harris, I like Hines because I like Rex Burkhead a little bit more than Harris, and with Sonny Mitchell coming back soon, I'm a little bit worried about Harris, so I like Hines a lot more. Young Guapo, what's up, my friend? How are you doing tonight? Ricky says, bro, your stream is growing big time. Keep up the work. Hey, I don't know about big time, but hey, I love this. Chat's already lit. We're at 20. That's more than I can ask for. So I'm very humbled, and I'm very, I thank you all for that. So this is great. Like the setup in the, oh, thank you. Yeah. I still gotta figure, I think I gotta clean the webcam camera a little bit better, but we'll call it some abstract lighting effect in the background, right? Tim says, okay, what about Fournette and Claypool from McKissick? I have Claypool at flex, but I have Myers and Lazard on the bench. That's not bad, but I kind of like Fournette. I mean, the problem with Fournette is like, he's gonna be, I think you're giving up a little bit more, right? Because I think Fournette still has value, and if Fournette plays like an RB2 plus Claypool plays, I kind of like that combo. I like that value a little bit better than McKissick. So I think you're giving up just a teeny bit. If you could get someone back, maybe another wide receiver, lesser than Claypool, Tim, I would do that. But I think although I do like McKissick a lot, especially in PPR leagues, I think you might be giving up a little bit too much for him there. Eric says, do you think Lamar will be good rest of the season? He needs to figure his stuff out, right? They need to figure out the passing game. I think he'll eventually get better, but it's not the same Lamar that we saw last year. I don't think people were expecting him to be as good. He was always going to regress to the mean, so he still might be okay, and I think a lot of it will be based on the matchups, but I don't know if I would consider him a top tier quarterback for the rest of the season. Young Guapo says, I need a tight end this week. Really thinking about Taysom Hill. Pretty sure he could get QB. Yeah, and that's what I talked about on my waiver wire, right? I think a lot of it is very up in the air. And I think for what you can get for a floor with tight ends right now, with what's left in the free agency list, a lot of the floors are going to be the same. It's going to be 2-3 points. So hey, if you want to go big and go for Taysom Hill, I can see them getting fancy with him as a runner and a QB2, which hey, this is going to be great for a tight end spot, right? So don't get your expectations up if he does sort of only get you 2-3 points, but I think there's a possibility for some big points there for sure. Andrew says, do you think I could get Tyreek for Robbie? And I don't think so. It depends on your league mates, right? But I personally wouldn't take that because Robbie and DJ Moore are on the same team. Andrew and I don't think that team is explosive enough to start both. So you're pretty much giving me two guys that I'm gonna have to pick between. Sam, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Ernest says, yeah, Josh Jacobs. Yeah, Josh Jacobs, I still think he's gonna be very, very involved in offense, so I would not worry about his volume at all. Sam says McKissick and Gibson did well. Exactly. Yep. McKissick, I love him, especially in any sort of PPR leagues. ISO says 5. Okay, that's okay. So maybe your team is just really good and you guys scored a lot. Benjamin, what's up? 901, let's go. Really good for you. Hey, Ben, post your team in here. Let's let the chat see it. ISO says maybe try and buy low on MT, could toss Kenny and yeah, you can try it. You definitely could. I think he's a great buy low candidate. We were talking about trading him away earlier, and I think his value is very low right now, so go for it. Jackie says, who do I bench between Claypool, Jefferson, Fuller, and Cooks? Gonna be a lot harder decision with A-Rub. I would probably diversify and probably drop bench either Fuller or Cooks here. Flip a coin. I think Fuller probably has a slightly higher ceiling, but you probably, there's always a chance they both go for like 12 plus, right? But diversify it in case the Texans don't do well. Maybe drop bench Cooks here. Tim says, yeah, I'm skeptical about Fournette of the Bucs offense, so many weapons. I feel like Rojo just, yeah, I think, honestly, it's kind of a headache, and I think it's going to be week to week, right? If Rojo messes up a little bit, it's going to be the Fournette game, right? So that's tough. It's really tough. Andrew says, what do you think I should do with Corey Davis? I don't need him in the lineup, but I picked him up. Yeah, I think he's got value. You could try and trade him right now, but wait for one more big game, which might be tough against the Ravens this week, but he still might do it, right? If you know, depending on when your trade deadline is, see if you can get another big game out of him this week and trade him, or just trade him for another bench piece. Okay, let's see where we at. Sam says, do you like for pickups Balash, Hines, and Ahmed? Okay, so Sam, I will say, let's see. Hines, I like if you want someone that's going to be a little bit more useful for like the rest of the season into the playoffs, because he could very well be their RB1 for the Colts. Otherwise, I would go, it's week 11, right? I would probably go Ahmed and then Balash. Ahmed? I don't know. I'm probably butchering his name, but let's go Ahmed. I would go Hines, Ahmed, Balash. Me, what's up? How you doing? Fries and chicken? Man, I want some fries and chicken right now. Burke says, it's officially the playoffs in my competitive league. Roster's a lock, win or die done. Let's go, baby. And that's the one that you can't really like change your lineup after like a few weeks ago, right? So, oof. Burke, let's see that lineup too. Andrew says, okay, that makes sense. Do you think I could get Tyreek, Robbie Anderson, AJ Brown? Maybe. You know, if the guy is very wide receiver needy, I think you probably could. But this is not the best week to try and get that because AJ Brown had a really bad performance. So try it and see what happens. Any other week, I think you'd absolutely get that. But this week might be tough to trade because of what happened against the Colts. Meat says 6-4. Okay. Rickety. Let's see. What do you think about my receivers? Hopkins, AJ Brown, McLaurin, T. Higgins. Also, who would I start? Goddard or Fant? I like the wide receivers. I think it's solid. Between those two this week, let's see. I would probably lean Goddard right now. We don't know what's going on with Drew Lock just yet, so I'm a little bit worried. If we have a backup there, Fant is a little bit questionable, so leaning Goddard, but keep an eye out for Drew Lock's injury. Second seed at 6-4, nice. Everyone else must all be like 5-4 then, huh? Rickety says Cam or Big Ben. Let's see. Big Ben is playing against the Jags, and Cam is playing against the Texans. I lean Big Ben here. I think Big Ben. All right, so Ben is showing us this 9-1 team. Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so you got Carlin, right? I mean, that's a good start. Sam, drop Corey Davis, but I wouldn't just yet. I still like Corey Davis a lot. Do you have someone else you can drop instead, Sam? Ernest is 7-3. Sanders, Jacobs, Swift, Diggs, DK, Mixon, Fant, Lamar. Nice. That's not bad. Yeah, so I mean, see if you can maybe stash another QB, but I mean, Lamar will probably be okay for you. I just, you know, I don't know how, you know, good, like, I think it's gonna be like an upside QB2, low end QB1 ish. So yeah, I like that. Burke, his team is, let's see, Matt Ryan, Baker Mayfield. I mean, it is what it is. Derrick Henry, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb. Geez, so you got some of the top running backs. Khalil, AJ Brown, T. That's good. Oh, I mean, that's sick. That's a really good lineup, dude. Good job. Ernest, should I try Lamar for Brady and Rodgers? Which Rodgers, Ernest? Andrew, yeah. Hey, thank you for stopping by, my friend. Hope to see you in a future stream. We'll be streaming later tonight and as well as a few more times this week. So come back, Andrew. Good to see you here, my man. Burke says, I'm starting all of my RBs no matter what except for Hill. And Julio is every week. Only choices between TD and exactly. So I think you're at a really good spot. Sam says my other droppable guys are Duke Johnson and Chase Edmonds. That's tough. I don't want to tell you to drop Chase Edmonds, right? And I like Corey Davis. I mean, I don't think you necessarily need to drop them. Like, I don't know that I would value Pittman that much higher than Corey Davis just yet. So maybe just keep, unless you really like Pittman or you don't like Chase Edmonds that much. I mean, with Drake back, I don't know that I would be comfortable starting Chase Edmonds, and we saw what kind of production Chase Edmonds had with what's his face without Drake. So yeah. Burke says most important traits will be Kirk, Brown, and Higgins. Yeah, I mean, hey, I think Higgins will always be good for you, right? But look at the matchups. AJ Brown's a good ceiling. Mike, what's up? Hey, welcome. Toby, you made it too. What's up? I know we missed you in the last few streams. Welcome. Get out of here. You don't need advice. Just yeah. Hey, yo, Burke's team is pretty stacked right now. That's a solid team. Welcome back, Mike and Toby. How you guys been? We haven't talked to you in a while. Burke says I can't trust Brown, but I know the second I bench him, we go. Yeah, that's the thing. I think hopefully, let's see his schedule. The problem with Brown is like his schedule doesn't get easier, right? He plays the Ravens and he plays the Colts again. Obviously dropped a wide open TD. That could have changed things, but after that, maybe his schedule gets a little bit better. But yeah, Burke's, sorry, not Burke. AJ Brown has 2 tough matchups this next 2 weeks, but hey, at least you have the depth. Kirk or Higgins this week? Ooh, man, that's a tough one. Kirk or Higgins? So Higgins is playing Washington and Kirk is playing the Seahawks, like you said, right? Kirk didn't do very well this last week. Let me look up his stats. Christian Kirk last week. He only got 4 points, but he only had 6 targets. I kind of like Kirk here, potentially, man. I kind of like him here. All right, so Ben's team is Kyler, Clyde, Josh Jacobs. Okay, so solid there. Stephon, Allen Robinson, Hawkinson, Edmonds, Claypool. Nice. Hey, that's a solid team, man. How big is your league there, Ben? Is Gurley a solid? I think people are like, I don't know why people don't like Gurley. I like Gurley. You can try and sell him, but like, I don't really see anything wrong with him. Ernest says he's a sell high for weeks. I mean, yeah, sure. But if he's been a sell high for weeks, that just means he's been producing for weeks, right? Ben says 10 PPR. Nice. Toby agrees that it's a sell high. Sam says my RBs are Henry, CH, Gibson, Duke, Johnson, Edmonds. I really don't feel like dropping any of these guys for waivers, but I need more solid RB. I agree. I mean, I don't love Duke Johnson and Edmonds, but I'm not going to tell you to drop Duke Johnson because he is the starting running back for the Texans right now. So if you had to drop one, I would drop Edmonds, but if you don't feel like dropping him, like I don't think you necessarily need to pick up Pittman. The tight end positions suck this year. They do. They really do. Gurley looks alpha, but has been fine for fantasy. I agree, and that's the thing, right? No matter how they look, how much they produce, if they give you those solid points week to week, I think it's fine. And like, if I take a look at Gurley here, let's see. Gurley is currently the number 9th running back, right? So number 9. He's had 2 single-digit games. Otherwise, he's been putting up 10 plus every week, pretty much. So I feel comfortable starting him as my RB2. The thing is his upcoming schedule. Yeah, it's a little tough, but I mean, I guess I'm not as worried about it. He gets the volume, right? Last 3 weeks, he's been averaging like 20 carries a game. He gets the volume. If you guys listen, it's not even about like what his matchup is or how he's been using. If you guys don't feel comfortable with him in playoffs, sell him. I think it's a fantastic time to sell him right now. Jack, hey Jack, what's up, my man? Oh, who wins this trade of CEH and Brandon Cooks for Keenan Allen? I like CEH and Brandon Cooks side a lot more, a lot more. He plays. Toby says he plays New Orleans and Tampa twice. I agree. Yep, and you know that is definitely something to be concerned about. His yards aren't there, which just sucks, right? But he does get a lot of the goal line touches. I mean, he's scored how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 touchdowns in 9 weeks, so it's a good average. He should be good for 10 to 12 points as a floor, but hey, yeah, if people don't like him because of the yards, which I think is a very, very fair point, go ahead and sell him high. Sam says, yeah, in the moment I'm thinking about dropping RB Corey for RB from one of your waiver base. Okay, hey, that's completely fine too. Hey Sam, what's your wide receiver situation like? Because if you feel good at wide receiver, go ahead and drop him. Burke says, do I start J-Rob against the Steelers or AJ Brown? Or do AJ Brown or Higgins warrant a start over him? It's hard for me to say bench Robinson, right? So let's look at it. He's still getting pretty much like 20 plus a game. 20 plus carries a game. I still honestly kind of like him, man. I do like him. But if you want to start T. Higgins instead, I think that's completely fine, Burke. Let's see. Could you rank your top 5 tight ends, bro? Yeah, Mike. Are you talking about like for waiver wire or like just this week? Ben, how old do you think I am? Toby says, gotta go. Sis wants you to watch EA. Yeah, that's fine. Hey, Toby, we'll be back later tonight around like, yeah, I mean, I think I might be done streaming by then. I'll be back again later tonight at like 11 or 10:30 PST, which I know might be late for you. So if I don't catch you, maybe I'll catch you Thursday. But hey, go enjoy your sister time, man. Sam says, Ridley, Adams, and Scary Terry. Ooh, Sam. Honestly, I don't know that I would pick up another running back without dropping one. I think you keep Corey here. You've been trying to package Gronk, CH, and Ridley for RB1, but no takers. Yeah, I think you need the wide receiver depth here instead of the running backs. You have way more running backs than wide receivers. And I'm not as much of a fan as your bottom running back, so I don't think you pick up another running back. I think you keep Corey Davis here, man. This week has a lot of tough choices. Yeah, and Burke, I'm sure. Hey, don't even stress too much about it. Like, we'll obviously talk a lot more about the lineup here and like matchups here, but don't worry about it too much. You have a good team, and we'll figure out the best choice for you. 21. No, I am 28, Ben. For rest of the season, that's gonna be a little tough. But if I had to say, let's see, if we want to say tight ends for the rest of the season, top 5. Let's look. Kelsey, Waller, Gronk, Hawkinson, and let's go. I really don't want to see Mark Andrews. Let's go Taysom Hill just for the giggles, right? Yeah, Toby, enjoy, man. Tim says, you really don't think I should do Fournette, Claypool, and Myers for JT? Is that reliable because of the wide receiver situation? Edelman's coming. So here's the thing: is I like Edelman a lot, right? If you really don't believe in Myers, go ahead and trade him. But I'm high on Myers. The reason I don't like you getting rid of Claypool is because like he's been solid, okay, over the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. He's had one bad game against Tennessee, right? Otherwise, man, his targets are up there. Last 3 games, 10 targets, 13 targets, 9 targets, and he's been scoring double-digit points. So I really like Claypool. If you really don't like Edelman, man, then just like, go for it. But like JT is an ultimate buy low right now, and McKissick I like, obviously, right? I don't think you need to be giving up 3 guys for it, but hey, if you like it, pull the trigger. Davis, what's up, my man? Don't worry about it. You're early for the late stream, right? Sam, no problem. Ernest, JT's in an awful situation. He's been splitting touch with the other RB. Exactly. JT is a very much buy low, so I don't think you should overpay for him right now. The dropping for Damian Harris or Ahmed. I think Moss. What happened? Let's see what happened to Moss this week. I've seen his name get popped up a little bit. I think honestly it might have just been game script. If you drop him, you might be able to pick him back up because of the buy potentially. Ahmed is, if you need someone to start right away, I definitely would go Ahmed Davis. Berg says, in my league with Kamara, J-Rob, Swift, Gibson, and Jacobs, with only AJ Brown, JJ Higgins as wide receivers, I traded J-Rob for Julio, and I'm aboard the Swift train. Okay, hey, I believe it. If he continues to get the majority of the touches, I love him. Yeah, I agree. I do like Hayden Hurst. Let's see how, I think he's been doing actually pretty well recently, right? Yeah, actually maybe. I actually do like him. He's got some tough matchups coming up, but he's been playing really well over the last 4 weeks, so I can see him being up there for sure. Let's see. Rickety says, which RB should I try to target? My RBs are Swift, Chubb, Edmonds, and Jamal Williams. I still like Jacobs. I like Jacobs a lot. You can go for McKissick. I would try and trade away Edmonds, and I think you need to honestly see if you can trade. I mean, you're not gonna be able to. Maybe just grab someone off of the waiver wire, because I think you should keep your wide receivers unless you want to get rid of AJ Brown or like a T Higgins. AJ Brown has 2 really tough matchups, and it's gonna be tough to trade him, right? So I think you should just look in the waivers, honestly, Rickety. Davis says, I have Galladay, McLaurin, Jefferson, T Higgins, Lazard, and Myers as my wide receiver. Should I drop one of these or Lazard for RB? You definitely have too many, right? You could probably drop Lazard if you need a little bit of help. And is my Galladay for Goddard and Mostert a good trade since I'm stacked? Oh yeah, I think that's a good trade, assuming that you're preparing for the playoffs, honestly. My robberies after J-Rob and CMC suck. Yeah, so I don't think that's a bad trade at all, especially since you're stacked there, Davis. I like that. Tim says, I'm flexing Claypool and Myers is just on my bench, but nobody wants to trade for him straight up. I need to add someone. Hey, I mean, like I said, if you really like to trade, go for it. I think you're paying a little bit too much for McKissick and JT, but hey, if you like it, just go for it, and that'll clear a bench spot for you to be able to pick someone else up. Ricky says, rate my team: Big Ben, Cam, Chubb, Edmonds, Jamal Williams, T Higgins, Scary. Your wide receivers are good. Your tight ends are good. I don't like your RB2. I think you need I think the RB depth is okay, but I'm not in love with it because your Edmonds is your 3rd guy. Edmonds and Jamal actually. And for your QBs, I think Big Ben's probably okay, but I would probably prefer like a more solid like QB1. They're both like QB2s. One's high, one's low for me. Sam, Andy, Patrick, what's up? Welcome. Davis, do you think JT is worth? I do think it's worth buying low for sure, but you should really try and buy him low. He still needs time to develop, and I'm just afraid that he might not have enough time over the next 2 weeks. Is what I'll say. Break says, I might package Brown and Edmonds or Williams from like a Chris Carson and Sanders, and I think that's completely fine. I just think AJ Brown's gonna be hard to trade this week. Wait a week if he goes off against Baltimore this week, definitely. Dorito, what's up, man? Yo, right now I'm in a 10-man league, and I know I probably need a package for a running back, but who should I package and which should I package? You have Brady, Matt Ryan, Fournette, Duke, David Johnson, and Gibson. Wide receivers I have Parker, Godwin, Terry, Keenan, Devontae, and Hooper and Hurst. You can try and package like a Hooper and maybe like a Duke Johnson for like we've been talking about Chris Carson, Joe Mixon, Miles Sanders, Josh Jacobs, If the person needs a QB, maybe package a Matt Ryan with somebody, but you should probably be able to package 2 of those guys for one of those. But yeah, I like the sort of the Mixon, Carson, Sanders, Josh Jacobs tier. Davis says, I'm trying to buy JT low off of someone and Hayden Hurst. What's a good person to try and trade for both? Am I good as Hooper as my TD tight end? I think they're both okay. I kind of like Hayden Hurst a little bit more, but Hooper is probably going to be okay. I mean, if you're trading Hayden Hurst already, I would just give like a bench player. Like Hayden Hurst honestly is outproducing JT right now. That's the big thing. So maybe one of the bench players that you don't care about. Miles, what's up? Should I start T. Higgins over Metcalf? Let's see. Metcalf's got Cardinals. T. Higgins has got Washington. I still think Metcalf is an every week start, even though he dropped a doo-doo this week. Sam, McKissick or Edmonds, if you're talking about starts, I like McKissick a little. Let's see. I like McKissick a little bit more. They're playing the Bengals. Burke says, I trade away Duke just because he's temporary with maybe someone Godwin for someone like Carson. Yep, exactly. I don't think you're going to be able to get, like, if it were me, I wouldn't trade Aaron Jones for, you know, Godwin and Duke. But James Conner is actually everyone in chat, James Conner could be a good buy low candidate. Again, depending on your league mates and how they evaluate these players. James Conner is definitely a good buy low candidate. Start Gibson over Robinson. I honestly have them pretty equal, I think, I would say this week. But maybe Gibson for a slightly higher upside. I just think McKissick is gonna take a few touches away from him. Sam says I'm 0-10. That's rough, man. What happened? Let's see your team, man. Yeah, that is rough. Yui, what's up, man? How you doing? Drop some F's in the chat for Sam, Eddie, and Patrick. Yeah, let's do it. I have the second most. That's crazy. Second most points scored and last place. 0-10. Yeah, that's rough. Ray Gamer, welcome to the chat. How you doing, my friend? I lost the week because Will get a 55, 156, 100. That's rough. Davis says, who are your favorite tight ends? Besides Waller or Kelsey, I can try and target Hurst or Goddard, but I have Hooper. So I like Hooper. I like Goddard. I like Hurst. I like Hawkinson, obviously. Let's see. Who else do I like here? Taysom Hill, I think, is a very, very interesting prospect with Drew Brees out. So I think he's kind of worth a stash here, honestly. Potentially like Evan Engram here, and I wish I could say I like Gazicki, but I don't know if I like him that much. Logan Thomas is also trading upwards on my charts, Davis. Who would be a good replacement for Brady this week? It depends on your waiver wire. Miles, go check out my waiver wire video and see if you have anybody. That's on my list to pick up. Rickety says, if I have Chubb, do you think trading for Hunt is good or be a mess? I don't think you need to trade for Hunt. It depends on who you trade for, but I don't think you need to. Jacob, what's up, man? Frank says I don't think you need Hunt. I agree with that. Rickety says, should I drop either a Cam or a Ben to get Burrow? And if you had to drop one, I would probably drop Cam. If you want to. I think I like Burrow's upside a little bit more. Davis, is just Golladay for Mostert too much if my friend won't trade Mostert and Goddard for Holiday? Let's see. I don't own any. Let's see how Golladay has been doing. So he's questionable right now. Oh, he's injured, huh? If you don't need Golladay, I would maybe go for that, especially if you need it for your running back Davis, because I really like Mostert when he comes back. Let's see what the latest is on Mostert. My only worry is like, let's see. It sounds like they will come back after the bye, or they're hopeful that they will come back after the bye, which means soon. So I do like Mostert as a potential like high RB2, RB1. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Good luck with that. Sam, my team would be Daxik, Sanders. Eckler, Lockett, MT. Oh yeah, that's rough. I mean, I lost stock too. I feel that. That's rough. That's really, really rough. Contract. Oh, I see what you're saying. Contract injury. That's pretty funny. Ricky says, should I trade for Aaron Jones even though the schedule is pretty tough? I like Aaron Jones, right? Let's look at the schedule. He's got a tough game this week against the Colts. We know that. After that, Chicago's gonna be tough. Philly, Detroit. After the next 2 weeks, I think he has an okay schedule. So, I mean, you could probably still ride with him the next 2 weeks, but his schedule definitely opens up week 13 and on. Mike says Aaron Jones' playoff schedule is great. Yep, I agree. Jake Carter, what's up? Should I trade Elliott? If so, for who? It depends on who you can get for. I still think his value is low. You can try and like swap for someone like maybe try and get a Joe Mixon while he's so injured. Maybe try and package him up with someone for like a higher tier running back. But again, a lot of this depends on your league and your league mates. Jacob says my team got a whopping 89 points on my opponent, and that's rough. That's rough. Drop him, he sucks. Are you talking about Elliott here, Sam? Maybe get the Cowboys. Who the Cowboys play this week? I don't trust the Cowboys really ever, so I don't know that I would do that. The Cowboys play the way I would not play the Cowboys this week. Mike says, so Burke says after a few weeks, do you still think giving Swift and Diggs for Aaron Jones was worth it? I've yet to have a week with I say, yeah, Burke, I say like let's wait. He has his 2 toughest matchups this week and next week, so I still expect him to be able to put up at least 10 points. Honestly, you know, Swift had somewhat of a breakout game. We'll see if it splits, right? This might be his one good big game, but we'll have to see for sure. Mike says start Ridley or AJ Brown this week. I would probably lean. Let's see, who are the Falcons playing? Kind of lean Ridley here. Jacob says Ridley. Maybe that's where you're. Yeah, Cowboys, Burke. Cowboys underrated. They're very talented. I don't know if I would agree. What makes you think? I guess Sam, without like just saying you're wrong. Why do you think they're underrated? Davis says I'm hopefully a lock for playoffs. I'm looking to stack defenses. My playoff weeks are weeks 14, 17. Which one should I target? I am thinking about. Yeah, I like the Dolphins a lot. I know the Rams has a good schedule. I'm still trying to actually see if I can put out a video for playoff defenses, but so keep an eye out for that. If the Colts are available, which they probably aren't, I like them too, but I think the Dolphins are definitely good. Sam says I need help with starters. Need an RB2 and flex. I have Ridley, CH, Edmonds, Gibson, Duke, and Corey Davis. I'd probably go Clyde and Ridley here if I were you. Davis, I don't know if I can get Dolphins. Are they on the waiver, or what's the deal with that? Mike says go get Ravens if you can. Yeah, definitely, but they're I think they're owned in a lot of teams. Sam says, do I trade Lockett for Duke? I would not do that. Do not do that. You can get a way better running back for that. Brick says, no, don't do that. No way. I agree. I mean, it's tough, right? When people ask these questions, it's really tough to say without like knowing your league. At least try and get some sort of like RB2 for him, maybe. Lockett, I mean, also at this point, like, I guess how much do you need a running back, right? Because you're not really in contention for the playoffs anymore, right? So I'd honestly just maybe stick with your team. They're gonna play, yeah, Davis. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, okay. So I mean, just try for it and see what happens. You might get lucky. A lot of times people don't like to spend their waivers on defenses, so you might get lucky. Burke says package someone with Connor. Yeah, that could be true. Sam says I started duking. I burned. I still believe though. I was never a big fan of Duke Johnson, honestly. I don't really think he's like a straight up like every down back. So I'm not a huge fan of him, but that's not to say he's not gonna have a good week. I think he's all right. I think he's all right. But I'm just not a big fan of Duke Johnson. I feel like he's had a lot of opportunities to prove that he could play well, but he just hasn't. 1 second, I just need to reply to something. Oh, Clayton, what's up? Would you trade CMC for Julio? I have Sanders, J-Rob, D Swift, and Mostert in PPR. I would maybe, just on the fact that CMC might not be coming back this season, see if you can get someone else in addition with Julio, maybe another running back. Just, you know, go for higher. At the end of the day, if they're both healthy, obviously I like CMC a lot better. But I'm just worried that CMC might get shut down for the season, which will be a little bit useless for you. Sam says Lockett and Metcalf got shot down by exactly. Yep. Sam, Andy, Patrick says, yeah, do that. What's up, Josh? Very thin at receivers until Galladay returns, starting Claypool. Need one more receiver. Pick one from waivers. Aguilar, Pittman, Cole. I like Pittman. I like Pittman here just because of like how much he got fed. I don't think Aguilar's targets were that great last week. And Cole, I liked him earlier on in the season, but then he kind of just went away. So I don't know if I trust Cole. I know he had a big game, and part of that was due to the punt return, or kickoff return, whatever it was. But I think I like Pittman a little bit more. A lot of it also, you need to, Josh, you need to see if Jared Alexander is playing this week, right? If he is, come back and let's talk again, because I don't know if he'd be covering Pittman or TY. If he covers Pittman, I absolutely would not start him. Clayton, yeah, so we've been talking about Michael Thomas a little bit. If you can buy low, I would. Like, absolutely. Like, depends on what like low means, right? If you can like get him for almost nothing, or just like a bench player, or like, oh, you know, wide receiver 2 RB2, I would do that. Mike says wide receivers: Keenan Allen, Hopkins, Ridley, RBs. Wait, sorry, Mike. I'm sorry. What's the question here? So I know that's your lineup, but are you asking who to start, or like what's you're asking here? Brooks says Pittman looked great. Oh yeah, he looked really good after his injury. It's just that like whether or not he's actually gonna get covered. Jacob says, what should I do with Duke? He dropped a deuce. I don't love him, but you keep him because he's a starting running back. Burke says Hopkins, Allen. Okay, so we're talking about starts right here. So we're talking about Hopkins and Allen, Henry and Mixon. Yeah, we'll see about Mixon. I don't love Henry's matchup this week, but I think you have to start him. So yeah, I agree with that. Mike says, oh, in the flex. So Mike, I would say, the running backs, J-Rob and Henry both have really tough matchups, right? If Ridley's healthy, I would probably start him, honestly. Reed, hey, what's up, man? Do I trade Adams for Christian McCaffrey? Absolutely don't do that. We don't know if Christian McCaffrey's going to play another snap this season, so if you're talking about Devontae Adams, keep Adams. Burke says if Mixon is out, then you're already set. I agree with that. Give me 1 second, just need to reply to something, chat. Alrighty, I'm back. The guy in my first league isn't even that good. Yeah, I mean, half of his luck, right? Reed says, do I trade Kelsey and Henry for Kamara? I will not do that. Keep Kelsey and Henry here, Reed. Sam says, nope, that's awful. I agree. Mike says no as well. Yeah, keep your guys. You got two starters that you don't have to worry about. Ramon Chaz, what's up? Good to see you back on the chat, man. So, between McKissick, Hines, Emmett, and Damian Harris to get on the waiver, who do I go first? I'd probably go McKissick, Hines. Well, a lot of it depends on what you need, right? If you just need it for the rest of the season, Ramachas, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that. Ew, we need to up. Oh, the subs change automatically. Thank you for that. If we're talking about long term, I would probably go McKissick, Hines, Ahmed, Harris. If you need someone, I would definitely pick up Ahmed for the next like 2 weeks because he's gonna be a great start. I'm a little bit worried about Damian with Rex Burkhead starting to take a lot more touches, and with what's his face, with Sonny Mitchell coming back. Otherwise, I like McKissick. I think he's gonna. I think McKissick should be your number one. Hines or Ahmed next, depending on if you need someone immediate. I mean, Hines is probably a good start this week anyways, but it's always going to be based off of, you know, whether or not JT figured out how to run the ball. Sam, Andy, Patrick, hey, thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. We're almost to 165, guys. Let's see if we can get to 165 by the end of the night. I appreciate the subs. Mike says Kelsey is worth gold with a tight end. Oh, 100%. He's I mean, he's worth a wide receiver 1. Ahmed's for UW, go Dogs. Oh, nice. I didn't know that. That's awesome. Man, I almost picked him up. I would have won in one league if I picked him up. Last minute, I couldn't pull it. I couldn't pull the trigger. Sam, what's your fantasy football team name? Mine's the Devil Bats. Nice. Mine's God Squad, and as non-humble as that sound, that's actually from an old Halo team from back in the day. It's not, you know, and I kind of use that. So if anyone used to watch Halo, that was a team, like sort of like a team where that came together with all the best players, and that was one of my favorite teams to watch. Yeah, chat. What is everyone's fantasy team's names? I'm kind of curious. Post it in chat. Josh asks, would you start Winston over Tuitt if Matt Stafford? That's a tough one. I would probably Tuitt's probably a little safer, but Winston has a way better matchup, right? And we expect him to potentially sling it. That's a really tough one. You guys are giving me some hard questions. So, Tua plays. Oh, they both have good matchups. If you wanted to be safe, I would probably go Tua here. Reed says, I'm in a 4-piece league and my team is cracked. Mahomes, Henry, Cook, Hill, Kelsey, Devontae, McLaurin. Nice. That's a great team. That's a great, great team. Who was on that team, Burke? It was I got your Pistola. I think Ogre 2. Let's see, God Squad, Halo. Those are the 2 I remember. Lunch, what was it? Roy and Lunchbox, I think? Roy, okay, so yeah, it was Roy, Lunchbox, Ogre 2, and Pistola, which was like a crazy, crazy team. I'm pretty sure they like went through a few tournaments like almost undefeated. But they were, I think they were called Instinct. Otherwise known as, yeah, God Squad. Reed said mine's Bongos because, oh nice, oh hey. Hey Reed, are you from Ohio? Cincinnati area? David says run CMC, love that. About to change it to James RB1 season though, just never got, that's awesome. I love run CMC. Thoughts on Godwin for this week? So they play, the Bucks play, who is it? The Bucks play the Rams. Oh, it'll be tough. It's gonna be a tough matchup. I still think, I mean, the Bucks have a good offense. They're gonna spread the ball around. It depends on who else you have, I guess. I think it's okay, but I wouldn't, I think temper our expectations for the ceiling. I'm in 2-man league with my grandpa at 0-10, damn. Well, that's rough. Maybe that's why you're second highest scoring. That makes sense now. Thoughts on Jefferson and Higgins for the rest of the season? Both, I love them. Hey, I've been gushing over both Jefferson and Higgins for weeks. I love them. I love them. Higgins is, I mean, they're both great wide receivers in good, good situations for fantasy. Higgins definitely has been producing a little bit more consistently, but I love them both. I used to play much Halo. I was kind of nice. What was your favorite Halo, Burke? Reese says no Florida, shockingly, but I have family in Ohio. So how did you become? Did you become a Bengals fan because of your family in Ohio, Reed, or what was the reason? Was it the league you're talking about? Yeah, why? Okay, that's yeah. Best rookie, you're a QB right now. Definitely, I would have to go Justin Herbert. Especially if we're talking about fantasy, Reed. I really liked him. Even the first, I remember when I saw his first game when he came in and he looked really good. I'm like, man, this kid looks like really NFL ready. So far, from what we've seen, production-wise and health-wise, I'd go Justin Herbert. Ramucha says, I have McLaurin starting, and then I need one wide receiver and one flex. So you have Cooks, Williams, Rieger, Kirk, Kupp. I go probably Kirk and Cooks here, at least from based off of what I see here. But Ramucha, I will have a better answer for you before on Thursday for the next stream. Reach, yeah, I love Reach. Reach was really fun. My dad got me to like them. Hey, listen, Reed. If you guys can protect, you guys can start investing. Go tell your family, how to tell the Bengals. Go invest in an O-line for Joe Burrow. That guy's taking a beating. He's second in the league for a number of sacks that he's taken, and that's not good. And when he gets hit, I've seen a few really hard hits. So don't make this another Andrew Luck situation where he retires in like 3 years. Go protect that guy. You guys need to get an O-line for him. Bryce, what's up, man? My teammate's DJ Sharp. That's awesome. That's pretty funny. Sam Andy says he has Mahomes, Cook, Kamara, Devontae, Hopkins, Kelsey, cool. Hey, that's awesome that, hey, if you're doing something with your family, which I'm pretty sure that's the other person, that's good for you, man. Ramachat Sherbert also got one on top of that. Yeah, we'll see. I'll have my rankings out. I'm going to do my homework between tonight and tomorrow, and I'll have a start and sit for you guys Thursday morning. But I'll have a better understanding. Like that's what I think off the top of my head based on the matchups and the players. But I will have a better, more confident answer for you on Thursday. Oh yeah, you have a lot of wide receivers to choose from, Ramajaz. Reed agreed, maybe a defense too. Yeah, for sure. Hey, building block, right? You guys got a good one in Joe Burrow, so build around him and figure it out. You guys will be fine. What days do I stream? I usually stream, so Tuesdays I stream twice. I stream 5 o'clock PST and then around 10:30 or 11 p.m. PST because we do have some late nighters. I'll stream Thursday night about an hour or so before the game, so around 4:30 Pacific. I haven't been streaming Thursday nights, but sometimes I will. Otherwise, we'll do another stream like Friday or Saturday, depending on my schedule. This week will probably be probably Saturday night, but yeah, last week we did a Saturday night, like a late night, like midnight stream, and we got a few good guys in there, so that was good. Yeah, Reed, just hey, sub to the channel if you'd like. You'll get the notifications when it comes on. I upload Tuesday, Thursdays, and I'll have more times in there posted. So yeah, I hope you see you in a future stream, and yeah, thanks for coming by. Him just says, appreciate your effort here. You're gonna go far, my man. Best of luck to you. See you Thursday. Yeah, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate those kind words. I'll see you Thursday. Sam, yeah, I would if you have the space for him, for sure. It sounds like your team is very stacked, so you may not need him, but I definitely would. Yep, see ya, Reed. Jack, should I do CMC and Julio for Kamara, McLaurin, AJ? Oh, 100%. I like that a lot. I would do that if I were you. If you if you have that trade offer out there and you need to just accept it, I would 100% go do it right now. We don't know what's gonna happen with Kamara, or sorry, CMC. We've been talking about this a lot, and we think that there's a chance that he may get shut down. So I would I would definitely go with I would definitely pull that trade. Burke agrees, Sam agrees. Hey, that's great. That's great. I like that. But yeah, guys, so oh, Brooke, who is your waiver wire sleeper? I swear to God, you say Marlon Mack. But yeah, for anyone still here, we will be streaming. We will be ending this in. That's funny. You might be able to get some of the newbies with that, maybe. I do appreciate it. It's not a stream unless we talk about Marlon Mack. But yeah, for anyone else that's interested or just joined, we will be streaming later tonight around 11 p.m. PST again for our West Coast guys and late night boys. So this stream will probably go on for about another 20 minutes. So yeah, keep on going with the questions. Otherwise, if there are no questions, I'd like to talk, we can go a little bit, we can talk a little bit about the video today and some of our waiver wire pickups. So let's see, I'm gonna pull this up and talk about a few guys I like. So I still really do like Jacoby Myers here, right? I know a lot of people are concerned about him, but hey, like, I like him a lot. It was really interesting to see him get utilized this week in a little like trick play where he threw it, so I like that a lot. Ari, what's up? Welcome. You made it just for like the last third of the stream. Good to see you. Otherwise, guys, I do think Jameis is a potentially decent pick up this year as a this week as a stash. Winston is who he is, right? But like, at least he might be okay, Let's see. Sam says, who's gonna be good in playoffs? I really want to be my grandpa because he's been talking so much shit. I mean, you've got a stacked team right now, so I think in a two-man league, you kind of just gotta go with like your studs. If you're in a two-man league, there's not really a lot to like set in the lineups. You just go with your best players. Here says Burke, what's up, man? What's up, Marlon Mack this week? But guys, I'd highly recommend stashing Jameis Winston if you guys can. Wayne Gallman, I'm so surprised. I don't know like what's going on in your leagues, but Wayne Gallman is still available in like 70% of the ESPN leagues, so go grab him if you guys can. That was really surprising. Should I trade for Koo? Not if it's a two-man league. I don't think you need to trade for anything. Just pick up a kicker, someone like Blankenship, someone like a Sanders, someone like a Bullock, or even Carlson. You'll be fine. Just stash Wayne go. Yep, I think that's good. Ari, are you going to drop Curtis Samuel? I don't think so. That was just a rough game for them. I guess a lot of it depends on sort of what happens with Teddy Bridgewater's injury, but I'm not going to give up on him after like 4 or 5 solid weeks and just one like bad week. For your bye week, let's see, Teddy, Carr, Newton, Goff. Let's look at these matchups here. So Teddy's playing the Lions. Carr is playing the Chiefs. Newton's playing Texans, and Goff is playing Bucks. So I'd probably go Teddy if he's healthy, then either Carr or Newton, then Goff at the bottom of the list there. Kevin, what's up? Hey, do we got both brothers in here tonight? My top trade targets for the rest of the season. MT could be a good trade target. Josh Jacobs, I still really like. I think people are still a little. Oops, mic went down. I still think people are a little low on him, but I do like Josh Jacobs. It's tough to say. At the end, like right now, a lot of it depends on your team needs. So, like, I guess Kevin, what do you need? I just Gallman sucks. He's not great, but he does get a touchdown pretty much every week. So I think he's worth a flex. Unless you have someone else you recommend too. You said I do Gallman over Edmonds. I think if Teddy can play this week, I think he's a great pickup. Drop Lutz or Cool? I would drop Lutz. I like Cool more. Irie. Burke says Cotter. Yep, Burke for sure. Sam says he played with unlimited bench spots. He took every other quarterback. That's rough. That's an interesting league that you guys are in, huh? Ari says drop Bucks D or Eagles D. I would. Over on paper, the Bucks have a better D, is what I'll say. Yeah, Sam Mandy here really likes his Cowboys D. Hey, there you go, Burke. You got the invitation. Play every G against the Cowboys. I agree with that. I do agree with that, unfortunately. I don't. Sam, Andy, are you a Cowboys fan? Maybe that's why you're saying that. Sam says, Kevin, Daniel will be streaming later on. Yep, exactly. I will be streaming later on after like around 11 p.m. PST. Irene says, Ahmed, pick him up. I agree. I like Ahmed a lot. Andrew, welcome back, my man. Good to see you back in here. So for those of you that don't know, chat, I promised chat last Thursday, and I guess I didn't really promise if we're outside of Thursday, but if this little marker here ever hits 30, first time it hits 30, we're gonna do a beer chug. So tell all your friends and family members. Sam, Andy, go tell your grandpa if you want. Once it hits 30, that will be our big stream goal. We're gonna do a little beer chug. So yeah, that's set in stone. That's our first stream goal. Brick says, I have to get to you on that, Sam. My grandpa has every other D. Yeah, that's rough. I mean, at that point, you might as well just pick up the rest of the league so that he doesn't have anyone else to get, right? I've never played with unlimited bench, but hey, I'm glad you're playing with your grandpa, and it seems like your grandpa knows what he's doing right now, right? So good for him. Good for him. I don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. Sorry, pick up Gallman for any of my RBs. Sam, I feel a little bit more I mean, honestly, like you said, like Gallman doesn't get the yards, but I feel a little bit more comfortable starting him over Edmonds. So maybe Edmonds, just like, let's look at Edmonds really quickly, right? Like, has Edmonds produced at all? Edmonds has been really average, right? The only times he's been scoring is like when he gets in as a receiving back for Drake. I mean, they're both okay. Edmonds at least has a okay floor. I mean, he's had some pretty low single-digit games, right? I like Gallman just because he's been scoring every week, so that's a guaranteed, 6 points plus. Yeah, like I think Gallman's floor is 10. Maybe Edmonds or Duke Johnson, but again, I would hate for you to tell you to drop an RB1, even though I don't know that he's like. How did Duke Johnson do this week? Let's see. Duke Johnson, he had 14 yards for 54 yards. I mean, not great, right? And the thing is, it depends on if you're going to start Duke Johnson, right? Because Duke Johnson has a really bad matchup. 13 through 15, Indy, Chicago, Indy, plus David Johnson might be back. So if you're absolutely not going to start Duke Johnson, maybe drop him. Let's see. Oh wow. Okay, so let's see. My friend won't trade for Galladay for Mostert since he's seen last week. Is there anyone else that can offer? You can try and offer Moss for MG3 with him, but just ask your friend honestly. Ask your friend what he wants, and let's see if bring that back and see if that's a good trade. Let's see. Sam, he's retired, so he does 15 hours of research. That's crazy. That's a lot of research. Yeah. So Davis, I would just say, like, ask him. Say, okay, if this is not enough, what else do you want? And then let's evaluate, because that's the best way to do it. Andrew says start 2: Robbie Anderson, Michael Thomas, Robert Woods, Justin Jefferson, or Galladay. I'd probably lean Jefferson and Anderson here, Andrew, but I will have a more confident answer for you on Thursday after I do my homework. Fabian, welcome. I dropped Freeman and Ingram for JD McKissick and Damian. Good. I think that's good. I like it. I kind of see Ingram and Damian Harris the same, so that's gonna wash, but I like JD McKissick a lot. David says he doesn't have any top. Yeah, so that's weird. Yeah, I mean, some people are stuck to it, right? You can maybe offer him another wide receiver, like I mean, I don't know that I would give him 2 good wide receivers for that, right? But yeah, I would just ask him at this point. Spice, I'm socially distanced. I'm indoors, so I think I'm okay. But no, I do appreciate the COVID, COVID friendly. We all gotta be COVID friendly, right? Gotta be up to standards. COVID's getting bad, guys. We're gonna hit a second wave this winter. It's gonna be a depressing winter. So hopefully we'll be able to just stream and hang out and not have to be as depressed. All right, I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna roll a blunt for you. Thanks. If you're talking to me or whoever, Irie, enjoy that. Let's see. Nick Moore last week was rough. My bench scored more than my lineup. Yeah, that it happens. And last week was just a low-scoring week in general, I think. Yeah. I mean, hey Sam, Eddie, if your grandpa has an unlimited bench, I can see that. Let's see. Irie says, how do you counter Pat Mahomes and Kelsey combo? What should I play? I mean, you can't really just like, there's no countering, right? You just gotta play your best players. I don't know if a Duke is worth it. Damn, Dan, I have the same question, thoughts are like, I have the same, hey, good. I'm glad we're on the same page and you can validate for me. I know you're very knowledgeable. Andrew says, I feel that I had just Jefferson, Ronald Jones, and DJ Moore, yeah. I mean, all okay bench for last week, right? We don't expect that. Sam, for sure. We'll see, Sam. I am actually, I don't know. I don't know that if I don't know if I'll have the bandwidth, but we'll talk next year. Next year. Spice, I do not know karate, unfortunately. Nick says he says to Andrew, I had Cole Beasley and T. Higgins on my bench. That's rough. Hey guys, if Cole Beasley, the formula is if John Brown doesn't play him. I think that's how it is. Okay. If Fabian says, should I start Jimmy Graham or Hunter Henry? Let's see who they play this week. Bears play. Oh, see what's going on with the Bears quarterback. If it's some unknown, I would not be comfortable starting Jimmy Graham. It doesn't sound like Nick Foles is gonna be out for that long, but I'm a little worried that he might be out for at least a few weeks. Let's see. The Spice, he knows about the Spice. There you go. What's your favorite Spice? Rip Nick Moore. Irie, would you start James Robinson against Pittsburgh? I got Kamara, Jamont. I still would. I mean, I know it's a bad matchup, but he gets the targets, right? He should have I think he has an okay floor, so I probably am gonna start James Robinson. Brandon Miller, what's up, man? I just traded Lamar Jackson and J.D. McKissick for Patrick Mahomes. McKissick was just sitting on my bench because I have better options at the flex. Okay, I like that. You got a huge upgrade at wide receiver, so if you're okay at running backs, I think that's a good trade. Spice is using a flip phone. Well, hey, I'm glad you are on our stream tonight with the flip phone. I am talking about football. Exactly, we're talking about fantasy football. Will Sonny Michel take away? Absolutely he will. I think that's going to be a huge running back committee, so I'm not going to really trust that backfield as much. I don't like it. Even without him there, I like Damian Harris as a running back, but he's just, I don't think he's in the right situation to run well. So that's the only thing. Let's see. Burke, we got our first row. Hey, that's it. I mean, hey, he's just asking questions. Maybe he's very, Spice is maybe very interested in karate. Logan, best tight end to add, pick him. Yeah, I like Logan Thomas a lot. He's been training up. But I still think, I think the ceiling is lacking a little bit. He has a solid floor for sure. Sam says, my grandma just offered me Collar, Diggs, James Robinson for CMC. Yeah, I mean, do it. Bryce, what do you think about Hines? I like him a lot. I have him as a waiver wire pickup this week. I like Hines a lot. That is until Jonathan Taylor figures out how to be a running back. Brendan Miller, how do you feel about picking up Taysom Hill? I like Taysom Hill. We talked a little bit about him earlier. I think his ceiling got big. It'll be really, really interesting to see how they use him. Now that he's pretty much like the next tight end up, I can see him being very valuable as a tight end, being played in a tight end spot for fantasy. And I like him. I like him a lot. I think he's definitely worth a stash. Don't be surprised if he still has a low floor, but I like him. All right, let's get to more questions here. Let's see. Fabian, Hayden Hurst has been trending up for me as well. Before the knock on him was the targets and the ability to just produce, but he's had 4 really solid weeks, so I'm starting to like Hayden Hurst a lot more. Brick says, do that, Sam. Kellis Talks, what's up? PPR 4, 6, 6, 10. C6 makes it off. Keeper. We keep whoever 3 we want. Let's see. Ryan wins some more. Chark, AJ Brown, DK, Jefferson, Henry, Jacobs, Hunt. Henry for J. Rob Watts. Let's see. Henry for J. Rob Watson, Gaskins. So are you trying to trade Henry for one of those guys? Irie says Hines or Gaskin. Irie, depends on what you need long term. If you need someone right now, I'd go Hines because Gaskin's going to be out at least 2 more weeks. So it depends on really if you need someone right now. Are you making playoffs? If so, Gaskins. Yep, that's a very, very good take there. I like it. Richard, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Andrew, so he's looking to improve. You have CMC, Aaron Jones, Sanders, Kareem, and Rojo. Wide receivers are Robbie, Michael Thomas, Galladay, Woods, and AB. I think you need to try and get a better wide receiver here. So try and move one of your wide receivers and maybe like Rojo. Sell Rojo high. And try and get a more solid wide receiver one. But I think you're definitely weak at wide receiver here. Irie is 8-2. Nice. Josh Miller picked 2 of the 3 receivers for 2 flexes. Chark, Moore, or A. Brown? I go probably Chark and Moore here. A. Brown, I mean, Brown right now. That's tough. They're just playing up against a tough defense. Maybe Brown actually. A lot of it depends on if Teddy Bridgewater is playing or not, right? So I would keep an eye on him, but I don't mind. I actually don't mind Brown. He's trading up for me as well. Let's see. Irie was 7-3, lost by a landslide. Dark Winter, what's up? You have a Colts Logan in the backdrop, so it's straight Jordan in the drop. I have Graham and going for Logan. I don't necessarily think so. I actually like Trey Burton with his role in the offense better than Graham, especially if Nick Foles is there. I mean, you can definitely drop him, right? Because they're definitely spreading the ball around a lot more. But out of what's left, I do like Trey Burton a little bit more than some of the other guys. But welcome, Dark. I'm trying to trade Henry for those 3. I like it. I don't mind it at all, actually. I think like Burke said, you know, Burke thinks it's a killer trade. You know, I agree with that. Which player should be the 3rd player in that deal? If you can get like, honestly, Higgins or Claypool, I like that a lot. I much prefer Claypool or Higgins there. Sam says I like Goddard. I like him as well. Burke says go for wide receiver 1. I agree. How do I feel about Austin Hooper this week? I mean, I think he's fine. You know, he should still get fed a little bit. How did he do last week? Oh, he only had 2 targets. That's tough. But it was windy, right? So hopefully, if wind is not a factor, he'll get a few more targets. Before he got injured, he had a lot of targets, so I expected that to go back up. That's so good, team. Thoughts on Swift rest of the season? Worth targeting a trade? I think so. He's definitely going to be buy high as long as they start giving him more touches. Davis, I absolutely think he's worth it. If he splits it, I don't like it. And, you know, I had him as my sit of the week based on the fact that every week he was splitting carries. All of a sudden last week, they decided that he was not going to be splitting carries anymore. So if he doesn't, I like him. So Burke says, I take Higgins. Yep, I like that. Sam says, yeah, for sure, Swift. I already, okay, security playoffs. Give us your best sleeper this week. I will get back to you on that, Irie. I need to do my rankings this week, but I will get to you, too. What's going on with Jonathan Taylor? He's just, you know, they're just going with the hot hand. Honestly, Jonathan Taylor's playing mediocre. He's not even playing, like, horrible, but Nyheim Hines has just been going off. So, you know, the Colts are trying to win the division. They're trying to get into the playoffs. They're going to play the hot hand. That's honestly all it is. Sam says, exactly. There you go. Burke says, Nick Foles just died yesterday, got slammed on his hip, then his back and missed. Yep, yeah, that's rough. There you go, Burke. Hey, yo, Burke is going to be our biggest sleeper this week. Let's go. I'm picking him up. Aiden, what's up? I don't know how to feel about his traded. He offered me Watson for Woods. I need a QB, and I'm bad right now, and I'm rocking with Locke. That's a, oh. Who's your QB, Aiden? Who else do you have? Who's your QB, and who are the rest of your wide receivers? Break says 2 years to JV captain in my high school. Let's go, baby. I'm hype. I'll put you in my video. Johnny, what's up? Should I trade MT and Cup for Hopkins? I don't mind it. I think MT is a buy low, but actually I don't know if I would do that. I feel like Hopkins, he's very good. I don't know that. I mean, let's look again, right? Am I wrong in saying his average is like sort of mid-teens? He has a few single-digit games, right? He's either single-digit or like high teens or low 20s. I mean, I don't mind it, I guess, right? If you don't want to deal with Michael Thomas, I don't mind it. Should someone sell A-Rob after the injury? Hey, you definitely could. You definitely could. I still think he's gonna get forced out of the ball, and we'll see if Mitch actually comes back. I don't know what the deal is with Mitch Trubisky right now, but yeah. Ari says it's not Monty, it's the Bears' online trust. Yeah, I agree with it. Rick says, let's do it. David says my phone will. Okay, yeah. So if you won't trade it, then it's not worth it. Some people are just tied to their players, and obviously, you know, Moster's a great player, so you know, we move on. Ari says spice, spice, baby. All right, let's see. The Lions are in the hunt, and PPR especially like Swift. I think he'll be tied. Hey, he could be. Again, it depends on the split. It all depends on the split between him and AD. David says, who's a sleeper way where I can scoop in case CMC sits? Damian, Burkhead, Ahmed, P. Ryan. So I think there's some news today saying that he's gonna get featured. I think P. Ryan, Booker. I like Ahmed. Ahmed should start for the next like 2-3 weeks. I like those guys. Sandy says is unlikely available, but Mike Davis. Yeah, I'm still not high on Davis. Hey guys, who was here for you know, this late Saturday night? Remember we talked about Mike Davis, and I literally said, hey, like, I think people are hyping up Mike Davis a little bit too much. I was forced to start him because all my running backs are dead in one league, but like I wasn't that high on Mike Davis, and he didn't perform. So yes, he's still worth a roster if he's available, but I just haven't been as high on him, and like everyone was just like, oh my god, CMC is out, Mike Davis is like a must-start of the week, but I didn't buy into that. For anyone that did remember, I think Burke was here. At least. Thoughts on McLaurin rest of the season? I like him. You know, McLaurin's one of those wide receiver ones that you don't have to worry about too much. Sam says, keep up pace very high in wide receiver too. Oh yeah, I get it. Andrew says, do you think I can trade Kareem and Woods, Galladay or Michael Thomas for Tyreek or Lockett? I don't know that I would, but you definitely could. I mean, that's a fair trade, right? I would probably keep Kareem unless you're stacked at running backs. Hopkins, Hill, Mary catch, best catch. Yo, that was sick. That was crazy. I read AJ Brown, Antonio Brown. I lean AJ a little bit, but for the next 2 weeks, I probably lean Antonio. Brooke says, would it have killed Collar to Chuck and Kirk? I know, right? I know. That's kind of funny. Antonio Brown or Kenny G? I mean, Antonio Brown until Kenny G is healthy, right? We don't know. Kenny G is great once he's back, but if he's back this week, maybe, but we don't know when he's back. Aiden says, my QB, Drew Lock, my wide receivers are, oh, okay, so you have Drew Lock, who's also injured. Wide receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek, Chase, Tyler, Antonio Brown, Michael Pittman. So you're stacked at that, so I think you could make the trade. I would do that if I were you. I didn't do that. Breck says, yeah, you called it on the Mike Davis, but he wasn't. Was he injured for part of the? Oh, I heard he was injured, but I thought he went out and came back in, maybe. So maybe that was it, right? Obviously, I'm not gonna say I predicted that he was gonna get injured and he wasn't gonna do it. And honestly, it's not even bragging. It's more so that like I just wasn't that high on Mike Davis. So yeah. Is Kenny G playing this weekend? We don't know yet. Let's see. If we look up Kenny Galladay. Let's see what the latest is on Galladay. And honestly, we might not know until later this week. Sounds the Lions have yet to provide an update, so we don't know. So also keep an eye out for Stafford. Yeah, exactly, 100%. Andrew says, I have CMC, Aaron Jones, and Sanders aside from Kareem, so I think I'm pretty good with the RBs. Only problem is if you give away Kareem and CMC doesn't come back, you only have 2 running backs. That's my only concern for you right now. I don't know that I would agree to trade Kareem. He's him and Chubb are both gonna have a lot of production together. That's one of those fields where you can start both guys probably. Brick says he still wasn't producing. Mike Davis wasn't producing when he was on the field. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what happened to him. I haven't been watching those games to be honest, but I just know that he hasn't been producing as much as we like him to. Bryce says I have Thomas, Brown, and Chark, Swift, McKissick, and Carson. Thinking about trying to trade Brown to improve at RB. You could definitely trade that, but do you have any other wide receivers? Because you only have 3 at each position, which seems a little bit thin. Andrew, Lockett isn't worth trading for. Hill is worth targeting for. Break says I trade CMC Hill for 1-on-1. I think that's a good trade. It's a risk, right? Who wants to take the risk on CMC essentially? Brady sucks. Yeah, as a Colts fan, I don't like Brady. I mean, I respect Brady, but yeah, Brady sucks. If you need wins now, maybe trade CMC for a top tier wide receiver. Yo, Sam, Andy, you're coming in with you're dropping some great analysis here. I 100% agree with that. Agreed. Let's see how we're doing right now. Yo, I think we need to update this because let's see. Can I really not? That's annoying. All right, whatever. It's all good. All right. Maybe from early back. There you go. Gotta get this Corona money. There you go. Davis says, what do I do when I'm stacked at wide receiver? No one will trade for RBs. Are there any of the wide receiver I can offer for Swift or Jacobs? Keep on trying. You know, throw offers out there. Just talk to your guys, right? There are some leagues where people just don't want to trade at all, which you just can't do anything about, right? If people are not willing to do it, you can't do anything about it. You know, on paper, you should be able to make those trades, but if they won't do it, kind of their fault, and it is what it is, right? So a lot of it just depends on your league mates, unfortunately. Aiden says, how do you feel about Aaron Jones? Website telling us him. I would not sell him high for CMC because I don't like the prospect of CMC playing again this season potentially. If you really want to risk it, but I wouldn't call him sell high. He didn't play well this last week, so I wouldn't say he's a sell high candidate. Brick says Jefferson and Myers are both high right now and should be wanted. I'd hold on to Higgins, but I'm sure you could make something. Yep, I agree. 49ers lost the Super Bowl. Yep, 49ers. How's the 49ers D? I don't think they've been playing that well, right? Let me pull them up. From a fantasy perspective, let's see how they've been doing. Not good enough for me to want to start. I mean, a lot of negatives is what I'm seeing. 3 negatives at least, so. Let's see. How are you doing in your leagues, man? I remember you're concerned about one. Yeah, so 1 I'm a lock. I just got in first place. 1 I'm trending up after I made my big trades. I'm first in the league for points. So I think I was 3-5 before. Now I'm 5-5. Another one I'm 3-7. Not great. That team is a little bit injury depleted. So we'll see if we can make a last minute push for that last spot. You know. But thanks for asking, Davis. I appreciate that. No one ever cares about my fantasy team. All right, let's see. I love Dick starts the season. I think he'll definitely be a top 5. I agree with that, Sam. Bryce says, oh, sorry, I have Antonio Brown and IU too. Oh, okay, yeah, so if you have that, then, because you're trying to trade, right? Sorry, the chat's kind of moving. I think you definitely improve at running back. I like that. I like Ike and I like Antonio Brown. Peterson is a wide receiver. Are you talking about Adrian? Let's see. Cole Beasley is available in the league. Is he a pickup for Davis? Not necessarily yet, Sam. They have a bye this week, so most likely people, I mean, I don't want to say that and you not be able to pick him up, but there's a good chance he doesn't get picked up this week because of the bye, and we have to see what John Brown's injury is like. I don't like him if John Brown's playing. I really like him if John Brown doesn't play. I'm starting the Colts against the Packers. Oh, okay, that's a bold one. That's the one thing I've been thinking about, Berg. I don't know what I'm going to recommend yet, but it's not the worst thing you can do. No backwash. What's up, man? Thomas for Diggs. If you're talking about Michael Thomas for Diggs, I would take Diggs in here. Iris says 49ers D in week 15, Eagles D in week 16. Hey, let's see. 49ers are playing. Yeah, I like that. Dallas, right? Dallas stack. Let's see. Who's the most valuable between Boyd, any Cowboys? Between Boyd, any Cowboys, Steelers, Texans, wide receivers. If you're just talking about this year, I kind of like Juju / Claypool or Bowler and Cooks better. Sam says depends on if you need a win this week because Diggs is on bye. Yep. Andrew says, do you think Michael Downs? I think there's a chance, but I think he will. Prescott play for Dallas, exactly. Would you start the Chargers against the Jets? I think they're okay. I actually have them as a waiver wire pickup this week, so I think you can probably safely start them this week because it's the Jets. Yeah, Berg, I remember. Yep, yeah, your roster's locked. Eagles is from Philadelphia. Facts. It hurts being a Bills fan this week, I know. Hey, but at least the Bills are good, right? At least you guys are most likely going to win that division, unless Tua comes in quick from the back behind. Davis, do you still like JT next year? I feel like if you had more faith, oh, for sure. I still like him. I still have faith this year. The one thing I've been saying is just that, I think he needs time to develop. And I thought it would go a little bit quicker, and I thought he'd get better after the bye. But I still can see him, playing okay. And again, at the end of the day, guys, remember he's a third-round pick, right? Third, fourth-round pick. That being said, we'll see if he's able to pull everything together by the end of by the end of the season. Honestly, let's see. Yeah, speaking of, let's see, where are we at? Yeah, Spicy. I think let him right now, unless you get everyone's botter. We're all here just kind of talking and vibing out. And I don't think he's being a bad distraction right now. I like the facts. That's good. Let's see. We will eventually get more mods in here, so some of you guys who've been here for a long time, we'll probably start modding some more people. Jonathan for Tender say do it. Trevor Richardson's gonna make a comeback. Davis says, who are the most valuable, likely RAB handcuffs do you think? I need a miracle. If you're literally talking about handcuffs, people who aren't playing, stuff like someone like Tony Pollard, Jamal Williams, Gio Bernard, Naeem Hines, I don't know if I would call him a handcuff, but he's technically a handcuff. Those are all good guys to look at. Deonta Foreman or Jeremy Nichols could potentially be a good handcuff for Henry, but these are all deep stashes. Alfred Morris is actually an okay one in case Wayne Gallman gets injured. Tim, Daniel, I'm losing it. What's up, buddy? Need RB2 and I don't know what to do, man. Hey Tim, can you grab one of the guys off of my waivers this week for RB2? They have such a stacked team with Lockett, Diggs, Adams, yeah, for sure. I played nice. Punt, kick punter, nice. Do you think I can do Michael? Andrew says, do you think I can do Michael Thomas or Jefferson, Rojo, and Allen Robinson? You might be able to. I don't know that I would necessarily. I guess. I kind of like Jefferson more than Allen Robinson. I don't know if I would do that if I were Andrew. Let's see. Aiden, should we try to trade for Fuller first bad game of the year? I like him. I like Fuller. I would try and trade for him if we can, yeah. Don't do Andrew, so Sam Andy says don't do Michael Thomas for A-Rob, okay. Do you think if Winston started, would it hurt? No, I actually think he's gonna target Kamara. He continued to target Kamara a lot more, so I don't think we need to worry about Kamara at all. Nice, Spice scored a touchdown, great. And Sam, Andy says it helps him. Sam also played middle linebacker and can bench 95 pounds. Nice. Tim says I have Balaj for this week, but I need an RB2 for the future. I have no shot if I don't get somebody. Yeah, Tim, like I said, go look at the waiver wire and see what you can pick up there. Balaj is a great pickup. Go see if you can grab a Nyheim Hines. Go see if you can get a Gaskins if he's there. A lot of it depends on who you have on the waiver, but check out the waiver wire video today and see if you have anyone on that list that you can grab. Davis says, what do you think about Josh Jacobs? Josh Jacobs back up. I know you have him released this week. It's Devontae Booker, but is there any chance that he has more? I don't think he takes more touches. I think they're both going to get a lot more touches. Jacobs is still going to get his touches, but Devontae is starting to get a little bit more. If anything, I don't know if Devontae Booker is going to get as many touches as he did this week. I'm not worried about Josh Jacobs at all. All the players I want super bad, JT, A-Rob, Cam Newton are trending down. I'm glad I didn't get, there you go. There you go. Sometimes it works out for us, right? Joseph Decina, yo, how do we like Selvin Ahmed and Damian Harris just got here? I like, yeah, welcome to the chat. I like Selvin Ahmed a lot. I'm not as big on Damian Harris. Selvin should be good for the next 2 to 3 weeks. Booker was good too in the waiver, exactly. Yep, I agree with that. Tim says Rodgers, Sanders, Fournette, Hopkins, Thomas, Hawkinson, Claypool. Josh says, did you watch? I watched a little bit of XFL. I heard they might be rebooting it, so yeah. Ahmed over Harris because Sonny Michel is coming back. Exactly. Yep, we've been talking about him. Tim says Balaj, Myers, Lazard. Okay. Bernard is not a bad. Hey, Bernard might be okay for you if if Joe Mixon's so injured. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get some water. Looks like stream is still popping, so we'll stay on for a little bit. Alrighty. Let's see where we're at. Breck says, quote unquote, hey, it's only Tuesday. It's only Tuesday. We're not there quite yet. Data says, do you think Lazard has serious value and how his playoff schedule? I do think he has value. I think he's absolutely worth a stash to see what he does this week. Absolutely. Breck says, I wouldn't trade Diggs for a wide receiver. I like Diggs a lot. Sam says, drop Tucker for Butker. I say keep Tucker here, honestly. Only for depth or high in RB, yep. My man, childcare, hey man, sometimes kickers will win you. I won this week by 3 points because Fat Randy got me 17 points. Kickers can make a difference. Davis says, I can't wait for a playoff prep video for defenses. First time hoping you make left. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I need to get that out. I need to get that out to you guys either this week or next week is the deadline for myself. So I'm going to start working on it. As soon as I finish my start sit video tomorrow, I'm going to spend the rest of the week working on the playoff video. So hopefully I'll get it to you maybe this weekend. Maybe Sunday or Monday, honestly. Kickers can be a wash for sure. I just removed from my league. Too annoying. It's a big variable, but I think they do make a difference. Q or Sanders, that's tough to say. I think they're both good. Sanders is probably on a, I don't know if I would say slightly better offense, but I don't think you can go wrong. Maybe go Q here, just for the memes. Gonzalez. Congrats to Davis. Yeah, for making the playoffs. That would be awesome. Okay, I still got 2 kickers on my roster. I can't drop none of them. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to keep two. Honestly, Ari. Crackerman says kickers are people too. Absolutely, absolutely. Who is better than Kamar? Who are we talking about, Kamar here? Chat is popping on this lovely Tuesday night. It's dark outside. We got the Christmas. We got you know, Christmas going. We're good. It's good. It's feeling good. We're feeling very good. Who is better than Kamar? Hey, I don't know about that, but hey, maybe. Not if you got Lutz and the Goku. I still would. I mean, you're never gonna play two, right? So I would honestly, if I were you, I would just drop Lutz and Goku. Sam, thank you. Yes, it will be Christmas themed for the next 2 months. And hey, wait till we start playing some Christmas back music. We have a royalty copyright free playlist that's you know, Christmas themed. So I'm excited to see. David says, my fiance complimented your tree, man. She always watches me see your stream every Tuesday. Nice, I appreciate it. Tell your fiance we say hi. Yeah, it's a solid tree. We actually got it from Costco. It's really nice. We always used to get real trees, but we're in an apartment right now, so we just got like honestly the Costco one's really good quality, pre-lit, didn't have to fluff it or anything, so highly recommend Costco. And hey, maybe Costco will sponsor me one day. Davis says, Burke, I would just say, if you say anything to you, I would just ignore that, but I just, you know, think he's trying to have a good time too. David says, our tree has been up since November 2nd, going up to, there you go. Hey, it's a decoration, right? I'm not one of those people that think you need to come down right away, but my girlfriend definitely doesn't want it for too long past New Year's. Ari, is this music from Pandora? No, it's not. It is from Spotify. It's called Stream Beats. Aiden says, talking about two kickers, I don't even have one on my roster used as an extra spot for breakout player. Got Robinson and Higgins. With one, we'll pick up one. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's, yeah. Neuro Backwards says, assume you don't have to trade away. Assume you don't have to trade away Michael Thomas, Allen Robinson, Justin Jefferson. Are you asking between those four who would start? I would probably go Jefferson, Ayuk, and Michael Thomas here because we don't really know what's going on with the Bears and who's going to be throwing to Allen Robinson, honestly. As of right now, at least, with what we know with injuries. Let's see. Of course. Yeah, and thank you, Sam Andy. You've been really helpful tonight. Spice, you celebrate Christmas? I do. Do you celebrate it? Medina, what's up? Josh Allen buy, should I go Goff or take a chance on Winston on the waivers? Or any other cover, Stafford, Mayfield, Dalton, Alex Smith? I would maybe... Yeah, I'm not sure if I love Goff this week, honestly. Winston could be he's a risky start, but he could be a good start. Go check out my waiver wire, Medina. I have a list there for you to go for. I think, out of those, Stafford, we'll see what his injury status is, right? But I would say probably narrow it down to like Smith, Stafford, Winston. I didn't like what Goff did last week. He kind of burned me. I had him as my start of the week, but he did not play well. Backup looked awful. I'm just wondering if Mitch will play next week. Sam says he was worse than a QB throwing out. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Andrew says, what about Rojo and Woods or Galladay for Allen Robinson? I'm kind of staying away from Allen Robinson until we hear more, honestly. And I kind of see Woods and Galladay as similar to as Allen Robinson, so I don't like whoever's giving away Rojo. I don't think it's worth it. Winston could be good, man. Finish QB4, exactly, right. And that's why I'm not knocking him this week. Irie says, what do you think about Newton versus Houston? I mean, he should be fine, right? It's just, again, to me, he's very running TD dependent. So, that's yeah, he's a little running TD dependent for me. Let's see how he did. I'm just pulling up his stats to see how he did last week. He actually did all right. So maybe Cam is actually an okay start this week. 18, 24, 16. You know, the passing touchdowns aren't there, but he rushes. So he had 4 rushing touchdowns in the last 3 weeks. So maybe that's okay actually. Let's see, where are we at? Do you think Reed is solid if he can stay? I think he is. We started seeing a little bit more from him this week, so I definitely like that. Let's see. Andrew says, my man, you really want A-Rob. Woods are great when they're healthy. Don't worry about them. Yeah, I agree with that. What about Pats being there? That's crazy, right? I mean, again, a lot of this, Lamar's regressing. That's what's going on. They don't have that passing game. We've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. They need to figure out their passing game or else they're in danger. They're really in danger. Crackerman says Goff actually played pretty good. It just came to some games so he had to go to. Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, because the running backs get a lot. Goff has never been great. Yeah, he's never been like a great fantasy quarterback, and he's been always kind of up and down. So, who's the worst team in the NFL right now? Honestly, I'm starting to give it to the Cowboys because they have like a historically bad defense. Let's see. Jets actually look pretty good against. Yeah, I was gonna say like, yeah, I'm still playing people against them, but like they're starting to look a little bit better. That offense, like I would take the Jets offense over the Dallas Cowboys offense for sure. I still think Calvin Ridley is I think he is a target, and I think he will put up good points. Davis, I'm hop off for a little because I gotta go put my son to bed. If you're still on a little, I'll be back. Oh, for sure. Don't worry about it. Hey, Davis, I appreciate you for staying on for this long. Yeah, go enjoy the rest of your night. Feel free to come back later if we're still on. We'll see, if the questions are still coming through. But hey, I appreciate it, man. If I don't talk to you, I will talk to you on Thursday. Have a good one. Be right back. All right, where are we at? All right, let me know if you guys have any more questions. Almost at the 2-hour mark, so we'll go to the 2-hour mark unless we get an influx of people and more people have questions. But yeah, it's been a great stream so far. Backwards says, would you ever trade any kickers assuming you can afford it and have a? I don't think it's worth trading for a kicker. You can usually start one that will get you decent double digits, so I don't think it's worth. I guess a lot of it does depend on the kicker. If someone's playing at a historic pace, sure, but otherwise probably not. Kashi, what's up? With the injury to Foles, who do you think is more valuable in PPR, Allen Robinson or? It depends on if Mitch plays, right? I think if Mitch plays, Allen Robinson is still valuable. Overall, I like AJ Brown's the team he's on and the offense a little bit more, right? But the problem is he has a really tough matchup the next 2 weeks. Outside of the next 2 weeks, I go AJ Brown for sure over Allen Robinson. Welcome to the chat, Kashib. We're getting to near, but Spice, you're part of my chat too, man. You're not fake, are you? Yep, I agree with that. I like I said, I'm kind of scared to play AJ Brown the next 2 weeks. He might get the bench for me this week, but we'll see. Irie says, do you play boomer bust players? It depends on the week, depends on matchup. There are definitely times where I'll go boomer bust. You know, a lot of it also depends on like how you are against your opponent. You know, if you're projected to score like outscore them by like 20, 30 points, maybe risk it and go for a boomer bust, right? Alex, what's up? Should I trade for Aaron Jones? I have James Robinson, Josh Jacobs. I don't think you need to, you know? If you want to swap one of the guys for Aaron Jones, you can, but I really don't think you need to. Rick says it depends on if I need big points or not. Exactly. Sam Mandy says I might try to trade James Robinson for him if you're making playoffs. James Robinson for who here? Oh, for okay, yeah. Maybe try to swap Robinson for Jones, looking at playoff schedule. Hey, I think that's fine. I think, you know, for me, I'm still somewhat high on Robinson because he gets the volume, right? But you know, you guys make really good. You guys make good points there. That's definitely, you know, a consideration in case you know, just thinking about the playoff schedule for sure. Drop Zach Moss for Kirk. Sorry for all the questions. Oh no, this is what these streams are for. It's for you all to ask more and more questions. So the more questions, the better. Nero, I don't remember your team or if you posted it, but do you need a wide receiver over a running back? Also, while more questions are coming in, let me know. Wait, I don't know if any of you guys watched it in 4K, but let me know if you guys like the 4K video or like just in general, like the quality of the video better. I know some of my video qualities before have been sort of iffy because I've been shooting a lot in low light, but I just switched the setup yesterday and tried to give you guys at least a better quality, you know, video. So let me know if you guys thought it was a big difference or didn't really make a difference. I won't be offended either way. Just want to know your thoughts. Break says, man, I love Swift and I'm kind of regretting trading him away. I got my new dynasty started right now. I'm all in him. If I don't want Swift, we'll see. I mean, again, like it's hard to trust Detroit running backs, right? He's had one good game. We'll see how the rest of the year plays out, but don't regret it. I think what you did was fine. Luke, what's up, my man? Toby's back as well. All right, so Luke says, rate my team: Mahomes, Aaron Jones, Jacobs, Adams, Julio, Waller. I like it. You got a solid team. Very, very good team. Yeah, Toby, welcome back. Sam says, how many team? 12. That's crazy. 10 out of 10. Sam says, I had to notice a 4K. And I figure for most people, the 4K probably wouldn't like actually be, you know, a huge difference, but I'm just wondering if like overall it's a little bit smoother. Nero, if you don't need anything, I do kind of still like Zach. I like both of them, honestly, right? So maybe see if you can drop someone else for Kirk, but I do like both of them. Maybe drop Zach Moss if like you really won't ever start him, but I do kind of like him. Toby says to Brick he wants to do a dynasty draft. I'm talking future though. Peterson will be gone for sure. I think he will be, but again, that like, when was the last time? I mean, maybe it's just because I'm not knowledgeable, but when was the last time Detroit had like just straight up backfield, right? Obviously, I think DeAndre Swift has a lot of potential there, but like, this is the first game where he's finally gotten touches. Maybe we'll start featuring him more, but maybe they split. Maybe they draft another running back. For me, like Detroit running back in fantasy over the last few years has always just been one of those committees that like it's hard to figure out. Noah says I traded and gave away Gurley and Mike Evans for Ridley and Justin Jefferson. Did I win this trade? I like your wide receiver upgrades, but it depends on if you need a Gurley or not, Noah. Crackman, I thought it was just a tree that improved the video. Hey, maybe it was. Maybe it was, right? Luke, Hot Rod went crazy. Yep, I know. Everyone was so down on Hot Rod last week, but I vouched for him and he did well. He did very well. Break says, I can't remember them having an actual solid running back to make the... Then putting Swift about Peterson on depth, that was a good sign. Oh yeah, the next few weeks will definitely be filling, but yeah, they haven't had a workhorse in a long time. We'll see. I guess we'll have to even see if DeAndre Swift is up for it, right? Okay, so I mean, if you don't need it and you need it, no. So if you don't need Gurley and you had Derrick Henry, then I think that's, you know, fine. Especially if you think the wide receiver is going to help you and those guys are going to be your starters. I definitely like Justin Jefferson and Calvin Ridley a lot, so I don't think you lost by any means. All right, let's see if you have any more questions. Crowder, I like him, but I wonder if they're gonna start trying to use Mims a little bit more. You know, obviously Mims and Perriman are sort of being used in the offense a lot more, so last week was not good, right? He saved himself by getting a touchdown, but his targets went from double digits to 2. We'll see what happens. You know, I do think his stock is starting to drop a little bit more since Perriman and Mims are being involved a little bit more. Will Fuller's thoughts? I think he's going to be fine. You know, he's still going to be that like wide receiver 1 for you. Buy low if you can. Andrew, yeah, no problem. We hope to see you in a future chat, future stream. But yeah, have a great night, man. Flacco plays way different than Darnold for sure. Drop Le'Veon Bell. I think he could be droppable. I mean, he's an okay stash, but he's definitely droppable. The mono sucked his powers away. Hey, yeah, that's funny. All right, for anyone in chat here, since we did this a little bit longer than I expected, would a late night stream? Would anyone like a late night stream, or would people not attend? I know some of you guys probably wouldn't have anyways, but for those of you that would have attended, would you guys like a late night stream, or kind of want to just take the night off? I'm curious because I'm happy to, you know, work around it. Late night stream would be probably around 11 p.m. Pacific. I don't care. Okay, that's fine. Let me move this chat. I didn't realize this chat was off screen. My bad, guys. Okay, you're aligned. Okay, if you stream, like, I'll be here. Don't mind if you do it, but love the vibes. Okay. I'm done with the late night stream, so okay. You're down or you're done with it, Irie? I'll probably be back, but I am out of question. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so let's just do a late night one, see what it is. You know, we kind of had fun waiver wire camping. Even if we just do like an hour, let's just hang out and chill, right? Nero Backwash, thanks for the sub. I appreciate that. All right, well, guys, I think we're gonna end the stream now. Thank you all for all the great questions, and thank you everyone in chat for, you know, helping out and providing your input. So yeah, we'll be back around 11 p.m. tonight, and yeah, hope to see y'all there. So enjoy dinner, enjoy nighttime wherever you guys might be. Good luck on the waiver wires, and yeah, we'll talk soon, guys. See you.